Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some very interesting news and kind of a little bit of a theory I want to go push out to you guys, where I think a lot of you guys would agree if I do kind of hear, like you guys can hear me on out. Now, this is all in regards now to the brand new PlayStation 5 console, but as well, a lot of ties to with PlayStation and Sony's kind of really ingenious marketing strategy and lawyer strategy, as well, and this is all in regards to the Xbox acquisition, as you guys know, is having like a really big back and forth battle between the two of them. So I want to talk about this, give out some numbers, and kind of show you guys why I think Sony's scheming very hard, but why it actually might possibly go and work too as well. So we got a lot of stuff to go talk about, so let's go and talk about it. And as well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. As well, for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway, we actually have pretty cool announcements with that very soon. We also have a cool announcement, I think, even tomorrow. We also do have a lot of stuff pushing for the Weeble. I keep on telling you guys there's a pretty good promotion going on with it right now for a bunch of free stock and free money. Let me put that towards buying a brand new game or whatever. Just I think you can just deposit, withdrawal. Super, very good stuff down there. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below, Target Amazon links down below, and let's dive into the video. So as you guys may or may not have actually heard over here too, and I know a little bit maybe on the quieter side, so maybe it might be a little bit nicer over there, but when it comes to this, the PlayStation consoles have actually had a little bit of a new update over here. Now this is in regards to the brand new PlayStation 5 Call of Duty Modern Warfare bundle, direct from PlayStation itself. We've talked about this, and I just want to make sure you guys kind of highly note, this is PlayStation themselves selling a bundle with a Call of Duty included. And as you guys probably know, when it comes to the Horizon bundle as well, the Horizon bundle was also included in total sales. So whenever someone bought, and not everyone really wanted to buy the Horizon bundle, but just because the consoles are hard to go get, people who were spending the $550 to get the PlayStation Horizon bundle also did a big old +1 to the Horizon sales. So no matter what it was, like even if people were they literally gave it away, they never activated the code, whatever it might be, it still went up on another Horizon game sale. Now that's important to note too, because I'm sure you guys can see where I'm going with this, where with this brand new Call of Duty bundle, every single time someone buys this Call of Duty game on the bundle, like this bundle right in front of us, even if they never play the game, they play it for 5 minutes, whatever it might be, it's also included on another +1 sale for PlayStation and Sony. Now, I can probably guarantee you guys too, because I literally made the videos and talking about this and tweeting about this and tweeting about this on my Twitch chat, whatever it is. And people were even still skeptical because they'd rather just get the pure console by itself. Understandably so. But they're also thinking, well, I'd probably at least check out or at least try Call of Duty. It's Call of Duty, what's the worst that can happen? It's Call of Duty, I'd probably like it anyway. Like, you know how some people are like, it's COD, fine, sure. Or same thing with Battlefield. Yeah, we'll play it for a little bit, at least worst case scenario. First, Horizon's kind of a little bit more of a niche game, more RPG, and I think even more people would say no on that. But the reason why I'm kind of touching on this a lot is, as you guys know, Sony and Xbox are in a really big legal battle about the Activision acquisition. PlayStation does not want this to go through because Call of Duty is pretty much the biggest, highest grossing game on the PlayStation platforms. Same thing with the Xbox. The Xbox makes a lot of money from Call of Duty, but even as of right now, the sales are slightly higher on the PlayStation side. So PlayStation wants to do anything in its power to keep Call of Duty on its platforms, because if they lose that in 2 or 3 years, they might lose a lot of people moving to Xbox or PC, and I'm probably sure they're actually probably more worried about PC than Xbox. They also then have to go compete with Game Pass. And even if the game stays on, like the actual PlayStation consoles, it's very hard to assume that someone wants to pay $70 for a game when they could pay $15 or $10 on Game Pass, depending on like the bundles that they put it on in. So that's what Sony's kind of main idea is that they don't want to lose Call of Duty, and I'm sure you guys have heard about this in the legal battle. But why I think it's even more intriguing, and it kind of goes to the first point, this also is including a +1 sale on every one of these bundles that we can maybe assume might show up on Walmart, Best Buy, Target, and Amazon, especially if we've been seeing these Horizon bundles too as well. Now, the Horizon one makes a little bit more sense, or maybe a God of War one makes a little bit more sense, because that money is directly going to Sony developers, and they also get higher profit margins because it's their game. Call of Duty, maybe not so much, because, it's obviously Activision, and if they're selling more Activision games, that still means that Activision's getting money, which in theory is also helping out Xbox. But the big thing is that if they keep on getting more and more sales, even though if they get like a few of those fringe cases where it's someone who may not have fully wanted Call of Duty, or maybe gives it away, or just never uses it, or plays it for 5 minutes, that still once again supports their sale numbers for PlayStation owning the games. Now, we have a few of these rough numbers over here where, say for Call of Duty World War II, they had 6.2 million sales, 4.67 million sales in North America, 2 million as well in the rest of the world, just for some of these on different timestamps to kind of go and show on how money sales there actually was in the first end. Same thing too as well, as you guys can see for some of the ratios over here for Call of Duty Vanguard, so the prior console games, which obviously was number 1 in the UK box art. Like Call of Duty, no matter what. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of COD. I'll play COD, I'll stream COD, whatever. But it's number 1. It's just how it is. It's just such a big name brand, and so many normal folk go and play it. There's nothing wrong with it if you like it. It's a fun game. But as you guys look at the ratio, the PS5 accounted for 41% of sales, PS4 for 29%. So with that, that was 70% of Call of Duty sales on PlayStation. While if you guys look at the Xboxes as well, it was around only 30%. Now, also don't forget, too, there is a little bit of a crossover, and if there was Game Pass, that would also probably bump up the PC numbers quite a bit, or as well, probably also on Xbox and Xbox Series X as well. But, like, it's just insane to see, because this is 70%. Obviously, the numbers fluctuate, but 70% on PlayStation platforms. That is huge to go and note. So I almost feel like there's a double whammy going on over here, where PlayStation is trying to go push the narrative, and they have been already, that they need to keep Call of Duty on their platforms, even though PlayStation's a market leader. Because guess what? That's a huge, big sale, one of the biggest games out there, and it's essentially like trying to have an open market where anyone can play Call of Duty, and it doesn't necessarily go and drive more Xbox sales. Especially with the fact that Microsoft is such a bigger company, that even in theory, if PlayStation's a market leader right this second, Microsoft as an overall organization is technically bigger and can push monopoly laws because there's only a few other companies that compete. And I keep on mentioning a lot of these big legal arguments is that it's more so about future companies coming in rather than PlayStation. So that's kind of like a big take they're pushing for. And I do think a lot of regulators also agree, because it's very hard to push a $70 billion industry, let alone with all the other Xbox and Game Pass subsidiaries that they already own, such as Bethesda, or same thing with PlayStation that already has like huge established, basically kind of, developers. It's really hard for a new company to come in. Now there is a few like Nintendo, Tencent, and a few other ones that are tied on in, Epic, but the big deal is that it's almost impossible for a brand new studio to come in and compete with these big boys. And that's why I think it's almost even more ingenious on the whole overarching scheme. Because as you guys can probably go and tell, PlayStation gets a lot of Call of Duty sales, and that's a big thing. They want to keep Call of Duty as long as they possibly can. They know it's going to be a good console seller. They know if people already have PS5s, they're going to buy Call of Duty, probably over the Xbox. And as well, if more people are buying the PlayStation, which as of right now is confirmed, that just means that more people are going to buy it on PlayStation because more of their friends have it on PlayStation, as you guys can probably go and see. So, very intriguing information to see this. Very intriguing new things, because it seems like they're trying to scheme those extra sales as best as they possibly can. They want everyone on Call of Duty playing on PlayStation. That's why they do those early beta accesses, because you need to pre-order the game to have access. And if you don't cancel your pre-order and you want to play the game quicker just to see if you like it, you're going to do it on PlayStation because it came out first. It's basically the same thing with Xbox and PlayStation either or. You're going to do it on PlayStation first. You have more friends on it on the system, and you also get access to it first. And you're less likely to probably cancel your pre-order and go to maybe Xbox if you already have it all. You already played the game on PS5, already used to it on PS5, your friends already playing on PS5, etc., etc. And that's why I think it's a very genius play. Because now, even if people aren't really necessarily wanting to play Call of Duty or barely play it with their brand new bundles, that is just also another 1+1 sale on every one of these bundles that are bought. That also, once again, strengthens PlayStation cause, where instead of maybe a 70%, we have a 73% now chance. And some of these folks just want to have their PlayStation 5 to play Ratchet & Clank, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon, whatever it may be, or even other games like Fortnite. They just thought the PlayStation 5 more of their friends had it, or whatever it might be. And that once again bumps up the sales, because if this is the only bundle that's available, or a slightly better bundle because, say Horizon's like a year old, that just means that the numbers keep on bumping up even more and more and more. Which once again then strengthens their legal argument that people like Call of Duty on PlayStation. They want to keep it. If they take that away, that might be a huge monopoly blow towards PlayStation and all the other smaller developers and companies out there. So I think that's kind of a very ingenious play. It's a very small play at the end of the day. It's just an actual bundle, But it's a very, very ingenious play of what Sony's trying to do. They know the PlayStations are still flying off the market. They know people are probably more hyped up for Modern Warfare 2 than Horizon. And at the end of the day, if it helps out their legal numbers, they're going to go push for it. So give me your thoughts and comments down below, because I thought this was a very intriguing topic. And as well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. As well, for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway, we have the Amazon links down below. And definitely sign up for that Weeble. You deposit a little bit of money, get a bunch of free stock, and instantly sell it, withdraw it, all that stuff down below. And as well, I appreciate you guys all so much for watching in the first place.